Hello YouTubers. The topic of my video will be um, making the WWF World Wrestling Federation, or as it's called today, the WWE, a part of my lifetime. And I really regret that it was part of my lifetime and a part of my childhood for reasons why I will explain. But first, before I share any details in regards to that, I just want you viewers to know, those who may be diehard fans of the WWE or World Wrestling Federation, I just want to let you know, most importantly, that I'm sympathetic. I'm sorry for the wrestlers that have passed and gone. I'm extremely sympathetic about that. Just to give you a few ideas, I'm very saddened and heartbroken that people like Vader, the guy with the mask, passed away. Bam Bam Bigelow, Mr. Perfect, who you know as Kurt Hennig, Yokozuna, and that terrible tragedy with Owen Hart. Or I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I only remember vaguely because I didn't even order it on pay-per-view. I believe that he fell from a great height, landing onto the ring because the harness that he was on malfunctioned and was failed. So, for all the wrestlers that have passed and gone, I'm very sympathetic about what happened to them and how they died and their tragedy. And it's not my desire for any person to live. I'm very forgiving, and if it was me, I would have insisted that their life was prolonged and they lived a little bit longer. But anyway, to get into more further details about the topic that I have established, which was, I regret that I made the WWF, WWE, World Wrestling Federation part of my lifetime. The reason why I say that is because I'm gonna share with you a very quick detail that was shared in Google. I pretty much typed in the Google search bar, WWE wrestling is scripted, and after I waited it to load up, the first result I got was, and I quote, "Yes, WWE wrestling is scripted, meaning that the outcomes of matches and storylines are predetermined, but the wrestlers still perform physically and emotionally, creating an illusion of real competition." And it even says it itself right there, according to the Google search results, that it's creating an illusion of real competition. And so the reason why I regret making the World Wrestling Federation, WWE, a part of my lifetime and childhood, as a very young teenager growing up, from about, I would say, 11 or 12 years old up to about the time I was 25, is because, I spent my Saturday mornings with this WWF program that was called the Superstars of Wrestling. And it was literally every Saturday for about 5, maybe 10 years or so that I would watch it, and the program would last an hour. And so one of my regrets for being involved in the WWF Wrestling Federation entertainment was the fact that, rather than being involved in some sports activity like going outside and a jumping rope, or riding my bike, doing running or weightlifting or any type of fitness or aerobic exercise, I was wasting my time watching watching superstars of wrestling. And when the events came throughout the year, like in the beginning of the year, there's Royal Rumble, summertime, there's SummerSlam, and then around, I believe it's around March or April, they have their biggest event, which is WrestleMania. And then towards November, roughly around Thanksgiving, they would do the Survivor Series. I was so involved in that I should have been involved in more real sports that define reality. Like it was because of I was so into WWF entertainment that I literally missed out on the 1995 Super Bowl when my team, the 49ers, beat the Chargers. I missed a lot of iconic events, not just when the Niners won the Super Bowl, also when they won the Super Bowl against the Dolphins and the Bengals. I mean, that's just in regards to football. And rather than watching boxing, I was also involved in WWE wrestling because I missed out on great championship matches when Mike Tyson knocked out Larry Holmes to win the championship, when Sugar Ray Leonard beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler for the middleweight championship. And so all I'm trying to convey throughout this whole video is that when you compare WWF or WWE Wrestling World Wrestling Federation sports, when you compare it to sports like the NFL, football, boxing, or baseball, you come to the realization that with all due respect, WWE and WWF wrestling is really, looking back in retrospect, I consider it really a worthless sport. Because you have the type of athletes who are so-called athletes in WWF who are not really athletes. They're just actors, if you will, or not just actors. It's just people who perform for entertainment purposes. And what I noticed in the WWF entertainment is the fact that on the pre-bout, like 10 minutes before that bout, you have all these athletes taunting each other, saying how much better I am in this and how much I'm going to destroy you and all that. And when you compare that to sports like NFL or even boxing, you don't see these athletes making those type of rude and disgusting comments. In the boxing world, it's more like, if you say you are everything you are, just bring it on. And other than athletes like Roberto Duran and other boxers, which are very few, I never seen, other than Roberto Duran, I have not seen many boxers talk trash about each other on that level. I mean, they may do so, but they don't sit up there and try to run their mouth and say how much better they are and say how much I'm going to kick their ass and dominate you and things like that. I mean, not even in the NFL do they act that way. So, the point I'm simply trying to make is the fact that, in terms of the WWF, WWE, World Wrestling Federation entertainment, wrestling entertainment, they have the type of wrestlers or these so-called athletes who are not even athletes, who have no concept of understanding to what it's like to define real, true athletes. And I'm going to share with you a story about one of the greatest middleweight boxers of all time, Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard, before he won the 1976 Olympics, and this is all documented. This is all documented and all verified and confirmed that even Sugar Ray Leonard said so himself in an interview. What was it? 4 years before the 76 Olympics. It was in 1972 during his teenage years. He was actually molested by one of his trainers. And I mean, humiliation is just an understatement when you talk about molestation, because you could just imagine what it did to his self-confidence. It destroyed his self-confidence. It demoralized him and made him perhaps feel weak. But that was in 72, bear in mind. But I'm just guessing that that little molestation kind of gave Sugar Ray Leonard a spark, and I really feel that it really developed not only his confidence, but it also developed his determination to be a whole lot stronger to overcome what had happened to him as a teenager, being molested. And he went on to win the 76 gold medal at the Olympics. He won his first welterweight championship against Wilfred Benitez. He won middleweight championships up to super middleweight championships. So all I'm saying is that, using Sugar Ray Leonard as an example, although his determination and his confidence was destroyed being molested, you know, he sort of overcame that and won championships and trained hard in the gym, in the boxing gym, to achieve the gold medals and achieved championships and all the accolades that he's ever earned. And what am I trying to say by all this? What I'm trying to say is that this was all because of determination. I mean, when you compare it to wrestling, it was real determination, not some predetermined shit that you see in the WWF or WWE. Because, you know, if one sport is truly fixed, it's the WWF and the WWE. I just proved to you, according to Google, the WWF and the WWE matches are predetermined, and not only are they predetermined, but as it states, it creates an illusion of real competition. In other words, it's fake. I mean, to me, it sounds like if the wrestling matches are fake and they're predetermined, that just goes to show me that these wrestlers or so-called athletes don't have any real aspirations, because it's already fixed, and the guys who plan the predetermined matches, they already know the outcomes. And so it's like, it's nothing for them to train for, it's nothing for them to be zealous about, and it's nothing for these wrestlers to have any desire for, by virtue of the fact that they know what's going to happen, because they're going to end the match the way they are told to and instructed to, for our entertainment purposes. And so that's the reason why I regret that the WWF, World Wrestling Federation Entertainment, I really regret that it was a part of my lifetime, because it took my life in a direction that I should not have gone. You know, I should have followed true athletes like Sugar Ray Leonard, using him as an example. True athletes that define what it's truly like to become a true athlete, you know, which is determination to work hard, and not only work hard, but to train as hard as you can to be the best you could be. I mean, there's no doubt, I'll give WWF some credit in some aspects. Yeah, they train hard. Yeah, they do a lot of weightlifting to achieve the type of physique and the size that they are. That's very true. And some of them have actually gotten seriously injured, because some of the moves that they tried to perform didn't go as planned, or they didn't fall right, or they didn't land right, or something of that nature. And yeah, the word that I was looking for is because that when they execute certain moves in the ring, they didn't land the way they were supposed to, or they didn't they didn't execute it. Let's just put it that way. They didn't execute it the way it was supposed to, and as a result of that, they landed wrong and they dislocated something, they injured something, or something of that nature. But anyway, looking back in retrospect, I just really wish that I followed more sports that were more realistic and more involved with reality, and how you know how boxers were really impacted when they suffered losses. It made, when you watch documentaries of certain boxers, they not only talk about how much pain they felt losing physically, but also the pain they felt emotionally. And these are things that are really that really happened and really transpired. But in the wrestling world, they can't say that. Why? Because as I pointed out on numerous occasions, it's all predetermined. They knew it was going to happen, and they knew the outcome because they were instructed to make the outcome the way it was or the way it is. But I'm not trying to, like I said, that does not negate the fact that I feel sympathetic for the wrestlers that are long gone and that have passed away, and because of some tragedies, or whatever, if it was steroids, drug addictions, or cocaine, like Kurt Hennig, but anything. Before I close this video out, I'm just trying to think of some more reasons why I regret being part of the World Wrestling Federation entertainment. Just one final comment that again, the WWF World Wrestling Federation wrestlers who perform in the squared circle in the ring, I mean, in my mind, again, looking back in retrospect, they don't seem like the type of athletes, or so-called athletes. They're not the type of athletes that define what it's like to be a true athlete, which is determination and working hard to actually win something in a realistic championship that you have to win, that is not predetermined. And they don't know what it's like perhaps on the national football. They don't know what it's like from a National Football League's perspective and from a boxer's perspective to know what it's like to train hard and change their mentality, because for wrestlers, they don't have to change their mentality or lose that self-confidence. Why? Again, because they know the outcome of what's going to happen, because they're told to either win or lose, because they want to make this wrestler or that popular. I'm sorry, because they want to make either this wrestler or that wrestler popular. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope no one is offended. Thank you for watching.